moment in my life to be with you today and to share with you this beautiful bottle that has come into existence just so quickly in the last couple of months. And I'm a little nervous because this is the first time I've spoken publicly at all about this new creation of mine. And so this is sort of like, for me, an edge because I don't exactly know what I'm going to be saying. And so please bear with me if it's not quite as fluid as it would be if it were a polished preparation. I'm just going to see what's meant to happen. And that feels great. So, slides working, Andy? Let's bring them up and see if we can get the, Good. So here is the bottle of Wild Abundance. And we're going to have you're each going to have a chance to work with this in a meditation. Those present will in a bit after I introduce it. Next slide, please. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Daniel Mapel from the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. I'm the creator of the Wild Earth Animal Essences, and this is my 30th year of making these natural remedies and helping them to make their way around the world. And when I make them, I see my sole purpose as being a bridge between the animals and those who can benefit from them. I make these remedies in a ceremonial process in nature, and it's a very simple and yet very deep and powerful meditative process that allows these to come into form. And then the rest of my work is spreading the animal news around the world, traveling and teaching, and creating new things every once in a while when the guidance comes to do so. And that's why we're here today. Next slide, please. Connect with my homeland and with the animals of my land. So my wife, Mary, and I, and we raised our son Gabriel among wild black bears. And this is just a typical kind of experience that I and my family have among black bears. Being able to get to know them as individuals, being able to spend time in very close proximity to them, and sharing their life cycles, their challenges, and watching the generations, experiencing the generations as they unfold. Next slide, please. And my son Gabriel grew up among the bears with Mary and me, and this is one of my favorite pictures from his childhood of him and I in peace, in nature, with a wild bear. He grew up in nature, never went to school, and at the age of 18, because of his connection with wild animals, was hired as a national park ranger, which is a highly unusual thing to do without a degree. And he's now 27 years old in Yellowstone National Park, working as a ranger and supervisor there now, and also a medic, applying his medical interest and knowledge to helping save lives with people who are really stupid around animals. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is my heart right now, which is a place called the Lamar Valley in Yellowstone. My wife and I just returned there from visiting our son Gabriel and also having days, just her and I, in spots like this. We would spend hours at a time in places like this watching buffalo and their babies during the calving season. And the baby buffalo is, next slide, my closest animal connection. Now, my favorite wild animal right now in the world are baby buffalo. Next slide, please. And so this is just a few pictures from our trip of being in the buffalo world. Buffalo is one of my deepest animal connections. It's one of the first essences I ever made. It's in this combination you'll be working with today. Next slide. And they're just, the babies are the best. I can just spend hours and hours and hours just watching baby buffalo. My inner child is like, feels like it's peace on earth, heaven on earth in the land of the baby buffalo. Next slide, please. Good, and then this is, we could be very close to some of the moms and their newborn babies, usually hours to several days old. So the babies were sleeping most of the time. The moms were very comfortable because we were unmoving. We were like buffalo, just sitting there in the ground, quiet, being among them in peace. Okay, next slide, please. Oh, and we also saw a whole lot of other crazy, wild, beautiful wild animals. This is a grizzly bear that was eating a buffalo that he'd killed or found in the river. And then we also saw 3 wolves swim right across here to try and challenge the buffalo for the food. And the buffalo said, 3 wolves, sorry. No, you got to be 7. It takes 7 or 8 wolves to get a grizzly bear off a carcass. But these young ones thought they'd try. They were like kind of playing to see if they could get away with it, and this grizzly just chased them off. Great, next slide, please. Okay, so returning again to the essences, I make individual animal essences like you see here, many, almost 100. And then I have many different combination formulas that I make, which have a number of individual animals in the bottle with a specific intention. Next slide, please. And Wild Abundance is this latest creation, and it's the quickest thing that I've created that has come into form like within 2 months. Next slide. It all began a couple of months ago, just when I was in Italy visiting this special tree. This is an ancient oak in the north of Italy, in the woods, in the forest, about an hour north of Como, right on the Swiss border. And the tree has a name. It's locally known as Rogolone. And Rogolone even appears on certain Italian maps, but there's no signs. There's a trail there, but there's no public way to know. It's like you have to find a local person that will take you to Rogolone, which we did. My friend Ale, my Italian brother, and I went to Rogolone a year ago, and then we returned in March, just a couple of months ago. And when I approached Rogolone the first time, it was like I am in the presence of a master, and I could only be close to Rogolone for moments, like 30 seconds at a time, and then I'd have to back away for a long time, and then go back. It was like a back and forth, being in the presence of this master. This time was totally different. I arrived at Rogolone, I hugged Rogolone, I laid down at its roots, and I napped instantly for 30 minutes. And then I woke up, and the most remarkable thing happened. Miraculous experience of being with Rogolone for 3 hours with no other people in the middle of the week on this early spring day. And I hugged Rogolone, and I got a message. And the message was, it's time to create a new essence, a new bottle. 1. The name of the bottle is Wild Abundance. And there are 8 animals in the combination. And you have to do the rest. It's like, oh, thank you, Rogolone. So from that moment on, the rest, I received my assignment, and within a matter of days, this combination came together. And so it's literally, I'm introducing it to you and to the world today in this presentation. So several things became apparent as I began to create the combination. One was that there could be many, many different animals that could work in this combination. I tried about 20 to 30 different animals to see which were the right ones, because so many animals can support us in experiencing abundance in different areas of our lives and in different ways. And so I was tempted to include a lot of different animals, but I had to find the ones that worked not just as individuals, but collectively. And I've created a lot of combination formulas. And one of the things that is remarkable to me about this one is the synergy between all the animals. It's as if the gifts of each of them complement each other in a way that I've never quite experienced before in any remedy that I've created. And it took a real fine level of attunement to feel, okay, which one is right, which one is not. And these 8, within several days of focused, intensive work, came together and did not change. Like, these were the original 8 that came to me and the original 8 that are in the combination. Another thing became very clear as I began working with the animals that are in the combination, is that this is to support us in creating abundance in several specific areas of our lives. And the 3 areas, actually. The 3 are physical abundance, earthly abundance, dealing with things like what we need in order to survive, not only survive, but thrive. So material abundance, such as the money we need to be able to live and exist, the work we want to do, the service we want to do, the nuts and bolts of living a human life. And then the second major area where we're supported in creating abundance in this combination is with love. Finding and deepening our experience of abundant love in our life. And the third kind of abundance or aspect of abundance is our connection with spirit, with the divine. So it's a very practical combination to support us in these three areas, with material abundance, with heart abundance, and with spirit abundance. And that wasn't intended, that just sort of came through as these animals were selecting themselves for the combination. And then the other thing that was really interesting to see is that this is a combination that it can be used by anyone at any time. It's like a very practical combination that supports us wherever we are on our journey. So it's not created for people who are on a spiritual path, or it's not created for people who are doing a lot of work on themselves, though it will certainly help all of us that are. It's created for anyone who feels a sense of lack in any of these three areas, who desires to create a sense of more fulfillment and like a cup flowing over in these three areas of abundance. And I love this about this combination, is it can really be given to anyone at any time, and it's very gentle and supportive, whatever kind of abundance one is wishing to draw forth in one's life in these three areas. Okay, great. Next slide, please. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is to introduce to you the 8 animals, briefly, each of these that are in the combination. And as you hear me speak about them, and as you see the photo, notice which of these animals might be calling you to connect with today. Because in a little bit of time, we're going to do a short meditation. We're going to have a chance to pick the one animal of these 8 that you want to connect with, and go in and make that connection in meditation. And for those of you present right now, you'll also be able to take the drops of the combination right before the meditation. So I'm going to say a few words about each of these animals and what they bring to the combination as a whole. So the first is the buffalo. And the buffalo is a tonic of the first chakra. It truly is an animal in an essence that helps us connect with the earth. And in this combination, it helps us know at the core of our being that the earth is our mother, that the earth she provides everything we need. So whenever there is a feeling of lack, a feeling like life does not support me, I don't have what I need, life doesn't give me what I need, Buffalo is here to say, I am here to support you in knowing that the earth is here as a bountiful, abundant being that wants to give and give and give to you. Another aspect of buffalo that's incredibly powerful is it nurtures our sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the gift of our life, gratitude for the gift of all life, gratitude for being. And a huge part of abundance is connecting with this overflowing sense of gratitude for everything that we have in our lives. And so often, because every day the sun rises, we get up, we live our life, the sun goes down, we go to sleep. And it's like that cycle repeats so often that we lose touch with the fact that we are living in a miracle. Life has this bountiful abundance that it's willing to give us always. And so buffalo helps us to not only manifest what we wish with abundance, but to have gratitude for all that we have. Next slide, please. Okay, the rabbit. Rabbit, if there's one single essence for abundance, it would be rabbit, or let's say for creating abundance, because this is truly an essence of creativity and manifestation. Rabbits have so many litters every year. One single mom can have between 45 and 80 babies in one summer. Maybe not in Norway, because your summers are a little shorter. But they are so fecund, as we say, so productive with their ability to reproduce. And this comes through in the essence in giving us the ability to connect with the ability to create. and to create. And to create. And create, really, manifesting abundance is about creativity and accessing our divine connection and manifesting that through the creative process. So even if the creative process is, filling out job applications, this is a creative endeavor. It's an active process of creativity and manifestation. So Rabbit's here with all this energy to say, I'm here to help you create and manifest abundance because I'm doing it all the time and I'm going to help you do that too. Next slide, please. Okay, wild turkey is for the fullness. The image that I always have whenever I take the wild turkey is like a horn of plenty or a cornucopia that's kind of overflowing with bounty. There's like so much that just keeps being given to us. And so this is another great essence for tapping into our innate ability to know that life is this overflowing waterfall of abundance. And it's the single best essence in my whole range for gratitude. So you're hearing a theme here of abundance and gratitude, abundance and gratitude. And so wild turkey, it's no secret that in America, our Thanksgiving holiday, the animal for that is the turkey. And to me, I love that because the wild turkey is truly the single best essence if you want to develop your capacity to feel and express gratitude in your spiritual practice. I have a combination called gratitude, and wild turkey is the focus and core of that. Next slide, please. Okay, now we move to love. And wild horse is the master essence that I create for opening the heart. That's simply what it is. It's a heart-opening essence. And until we become Jesus, we can experience more and more love. And wild horse is here to say, oh, you're a loving person. You can be even more loving. And for people whose hearts are closed and who feel like they don't have love in their life, or they lack the loving connection they so wish, wild horse is the heart opener to help them open their heart and express that and receive it. And as I mentioned before, there is this synergy between the animals. So rabbits here along with wild horse, for example, in the combination, and buffalo to support us in creating that love, manifesting that fullness of abundance of love in our hearts and in our lives. Next slide, please. Okay, eagle. Tonic of the crown chakra for our spiritual connection. So the single best essence in all of the animals I create for nurturing our connection with the divine is eagle. So it's the best essence for any spiritual practice. It's the best essence for those who have lost their connection with spirit. And remember, I was saying that this combination, wild abundance, is for everyone. So there's a lot of people out there who've lost their connection. All they're aware of is the three-dimensional realm. They don't, I don't believe in anything more than, life and death, and that's it. And they have no connection. Well, eagle's here to help open the crown of all of us and open it more and more to help us know that we are divinely connected and ultimately one with spirit. And all the other essences are supporting this as well within this synergistic combination. Next slide, please. This was a fun one when seal came along. It's got a playful quality to it, and I love it, because seal is the single best essence in my range for flow, for going with the flow, and for being flow in your physical form for flowing. And a huge part of living abundantly is being in the flow, getting in the flow, getting out of your mind and going with the flow, and being in this bodysuit and letting this body work more like a fluid than this rigid thing. And so in this combination, seal supports us with these three areas that I've discussed, in being in the flow with it and trusting, really trusting. Seals, when they swim, it's fascinating. You see them flap really with all this force and energy, and then they tuck their fins by their side, and you don't even know they have fins, and they just move so gracefully. So seal is a beautiful essence that supports us in putting forth effort and then trusting that we'll be carried exactly where we need to go. So many people in the West feel like we need to be seals that are flapping their flippers all the time. And if I stop flapping, then I'm not a good person, or I'm not going to get what I want, or I'm not, and that's mistaken. If you keep flapping your flippers all the time, you're gonna burn out. It's not gonna go well. So we need to learn to trust, surrender, and seal is in this combination to support us in doing that as we manifest this abundance in our lives. And next one, I think it's the last. I think it might be the 7th one. Next one would be the frog. There's a frog coming, Andy? Frog is so great in this combination. It's like a special treat to have frog, because frog is, if there's one word for the essence of frog, it's the miraculous. Frog is, their life cycle of transformation is like mind-blowingly miraculous. And so in the essence, we are supported in connecting with the miraculousness of life, as I was mentioning earlier, that we're living in a miracle, and that all of this ability to co-create with Spirit, and the fact that the most miraculous thing to me that we experience every single day is we get really, really tired at the end of the day. And we fall into bed and we close our eyes, and somehow 7 or 8 hours go by and we wake up and we're renewed. And we think this is normal. It's not normal. It's a freaking miracle. That doesn't happen in other places in the universe. Energy declines. Entropy takes over. Things peak and go down. But not with us. Not with the animals. We're blessed that we have this ability to rejuvenate. And we take it so for granted. So frog helps us remember, be reminded that we're living a miraculous experience of ego that is transcending itself to remember itself as the one. And so in this combination, it supports us in miraculously transforming and miraculously co-creating and miraculously manifesting this abundance we desire and living abundantly. And the last one, next slide, is, no, it's not the dove, it's the baby buffalo. I think we changed the presentation somehow. Anyway. You can just hold the bottle there. That's good. The last one is the baby buffalo in the lower left-hand corner. And it's hard for me to talk about the baby buffalo a little bit because I'm in such a deep process with it. And it's like my spirit animal right now, kind of. My inner child spirit animal is the baby buffalo. But what I can say is it's an essence of fulfillment and of knowing the perfection of creation. There is no lack. Everything is fulfilled and just perfect as it is. And the world is a loving, benevolent, perfect place. And this supports the baby essences I create support our inner child. And the baby buffalo, in this case, supports our inner child, that vulnerable, often fearful part of ourselves that is like not sure about life sometimes. And the baby buffalo is here to say, oh no, life is magnificent. And that reassures our inner child to trust with the flow of the seal and to create with the energy of the rabbit and to connect with spirit with the energy of the eagle and be in the miraculousness with the frog and to just live with joy and experience life as a constant flow of abundance. Okay. So, what we're going to do now is give you the opportunity to connect with one of those 8. Can you just go back to the bottle picture, Andy, please? Maybe back one, or the one we were just at. What I want you to do is just pick one of these 8 animals that you would just feel drawn to connect with it for a brief meditation. And then we're going to pass around a couple bottles. And you can take the drops, like 4 to 6 drops, either on your tongue, or you can put them on your hands, like I do often, since I don't want the alcohol a lot of the time. Rub them into temples, your palms, your feet. And if you can just take them, don't spend too much time with the bottle, keep it moving because we need to get the bottle around as quickly as possible. And if some of you have the bottle already, maybe you could take that and just share a few drops with your neighbors so we can do this efficiently. And Andy, if you could get that music rolling, that would be great, please. And if we could bring the lights down, like more than half, that would be great. Great. So let's just take a moment and relax together. And breathe. And know that the animals are always here with us in total support, unconditionally loving and willing to support us wherever we are on our journey. That's one thing I love about these animals, is they're always available and always so willing to help. So as we begin, I just invite you to gently follow your breath. And with each exhale, just allow any tension you're holding to flow down into the earth. The earth is happy to take it and recycle that tension for you. So just let that go, and with each breath, just let yourself feel more and more relaxed. More and more relaxed. Until you find yourself in a totally beautiful place where the earth sings into your heart. You can make this place just the way you want it. If there's something you want to add to make it even more beautiful, you can do that. And take in all the light and the color that is here, all the sounds and the scents. Just let your heart be filled with joy in this beautiful place. And then when you're ready, you find a path that leads through your beautiful land. And you slowly and gently walk the path, taking in all the beauty around you. And as you walk the path, you remember that you've been invited to visit a very special animal, an animal that loves you very much and is very happy to see you. And when you're ready, you make your way to this beautiful animal and greet each other now. And as you're with this beautiful animal, you remember that you have a question for this animal, and you ask that question now. And now, when the time is right, you become this animal, feeling its body and its breath, seeing the world through its eyes, and experiencing the world as only it does now. And now returning again to your human form, looking out at this beautiful animal in front of you. And you remember you have another question for this animal, and you ask that question now. And you see that this animal has a special gift for you now that it wants to give you. And you receive that gift from this animal now. And now this animal has a very special, sacred place it wants to share with you. And together you go and share time in this beautiful place now. And now this animal wants to take you and introduce you to its family. And together you go and share time as a family now. And soon it will be time to go. So if there is anything else you wish to share with this beautiful animal before you go, you can do that now. And now that it's time to go, you find just the right way to say goodbye to one another, knowing that you can return whenever you wish. This animal is always here inside of you. And you make your way back to the path that leads through your beautiful place. Slowly and gently again walking the path and taking in all the beauty around you. All of the light and the colors. All of the sounds and the scents. Letting your heart be filled with joy and peace in this beautiful place. And as you walk the path, you feel grateful for all you've received. And as you walk the path, taking in all the beauty around you and feeling gratitude for all you've received, you slowly and gently become aware of your physical body and your breath. Slowly and gently becoming aware of your place in this room. And taking time to fully come back to this room and this place. And having a few minutes of quiet time to yourself to integrate this experience. Okay, so I'm available now if anyone has questions about anything. Please ask. Microphone coming. Little louder, Andy. Can't hear you. Can you hear me okay? Okay.
All right, we lost sound on my video, so we have a question on YouTube about generally how do we use your amazing essences?
Okay, so they can be used, great thing about these is they can be used for short-term and long-term use. So, you can take an essence one time if there's something you just want to connect with, either for fun or for a specific moment in your day, or whatever intention you have to take it for a short term. But for deeper change and transformation, I recommend that you take an essence consistently for 3 weeks. At a minimum, twice a day, ideally 3 to 4 times a day. So great thing about the individual essences, the individual animals, is that many have positive qualities and that can support us when we're doing well, and qualities that can support us when we're challenged. So they're great. They're like really beneficial for us when we're going through challenges, but they also have gifts that support us when we're doing great. For example, as I mentioned, the eagle is the great spiritual opener. Well, it's great for people who are challenged because they have lost that spiritual connection, can help open that crown chakra and help them refine spirit. And it's also great for those of us who are doing well and feel our connection with spirit to help enhance that, enlarge that, deepen it. Next.
So the baby buffalo came along, and it was very nurturing.
Very.
Nurturing.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is also about the frog, like the miraculousness of sleep on this planet. And I found that very interesting that this is the place where that kind of miraculous thing happens. And I can't remember having had a restorative night of sleep ever.
Ah.
So, abundance of sleep? Like, do you have any?
We'll create a combination called abundance of sleep.
Yeah.
So sloth is your friend for slowing down. I have a combination called rest and relax. Have you worked with that one yet?
Got it.
Didn't help?
Got it this weekend.
Ah, okay. So work with that and write me.
Yes, I will.
Great. Next question, hand up so we can bring your microphone if you have a question.
Come on, guys, ask anything, whatever you're curious about.
Could you talk about the frog miraculousness?
A little more?
Yeah.
Yeah? Sure. How much time you got?
Repeat the question, Daniel.
Yes, so the question is to enhance my description about the frog a little bit. So I love to work with frog when life seems ordinary. When things are getting a little boring, routine, work, frog just helps open and remind me that we are living in a miraculous dream. A dream where we come in conceivably out of nothing and live here and grow old and then leave. This whole thing is really strange in a great way. And frog is to help us wake up to the fact that we are living a miracle. And it's at its heart, at its core, it's obviously a spiritual miracle. It's like we are here as the great school of life to grow, evolve, and find our way back to our true identity as one with the divine. And that's the game. That's the game and the joy that's going on here. And frog supports us in just waking up to the freaking amazing fact that any of this is happening at all. I mean, it's just like nuts. Did that answer your question? Great. Yes. Got to pull the questions out of the Norwegian sometimes.
But you're also very good explaining.
Thank you.
Yeah, so like you put us on the spot quite easily, you know. But I go. I've been to one of your courses earlier, and this amazing feeling you give us all. And I actually want a copy of that music, if possible.
Yeah. So the music is by a musician named Arvo Part, P-A-R-T. And it's called Alina, A-L-I-N-A. It's written for his daughter. That piece is for his daughter.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I got the seal.
Excuse me?
The seal.
The seal, yeah.
Yeah. And I would love you to also go deeper into the seal.
Okay. So the seal has so many applications that are practical and spiritual. So its practical applications are varied. But it's all about fluidity. So where there's a lack of fluidity in the body, where there's stuckness, congestion, pain, where things aren't moving the way they're naturally meant to flow, seal can help. So it's a very specific application. Another really interesting one my wife Mary discovered. We were camping right next to the seals in California on the coast. Like, we were sleeping on a little cliff right above them. And in the night, she said she was having a really hard time sleeping in the sleeping bag because it felt like she could feel every single stone under the sleeping pad. And it was just uncomfortable. And then she remembered the seals right below us, who kind of slither up the rocks, these really jagged rocks. They come out of the water and get on these really sharp rocks to sleep. And she remembered that they had just been doing that during the day. So she just connected with the seal, and she felt her body shift, and she went to sleep like a seal. So it's great for people who have difficulty being comfortable in the bed, for people who are stuck in the bed because of illness or age or infirmity. It's got this, and it's great for athletes, for movement, and yoga, and exercise, and swimming, any physical activity. Okay, great. It's great, most of all, for us, for learning to trust and go with the flow, instead of resisting. And our minds want to put things in boxes and resist, and what's right and what's wrong and the seal says, just chill out, for crying out loud. You don't have to figure everything out. Because it's impossible. We live in like a mysterious land here, and your mind only understands about a few % of what's actually going on here. So we're living in the impossible. We're living with the impossible. We're living with the ability to create the impossible. I mean, it's impossible that I'm here 30 years ago. I just had this idea, inspiration, guidance to start this work. It's impossible that a tree in Italy, when I was teaching in Italy, I met a tree who told me to make this essence, and I'm here teaching to you about it today. It's impossible. No, it doesn't make sense. But it works. It happens. And life is available to us this way if we open to it. And seal, most importantly, is here to help us stop resisting and go with the flow. Because if you resist, especially in these times of radical change, if you're a resistor, you're going to suffer. It's going to be bad. But if you can go with the flow, there's never been a better time to be alive. So, did that answer your question? Yes. Great. Next question, please. Yes. Yeah.
IKYA teaches us and have a lot of reminding us that this is a year of the fire horse.
Okay.
How do you think that is together with the heartbreaking wild horse, that you have this essence of the connection?
I've
there?
never heard this term, fire horse. Is that his term or Chinese term?
The Chinese year this year is the fire horse.
Wow. I've never even heard of a fire horse. I'm ignorant. I apologize. I know nothing. I have no response.
See the YouTube video.
Okay. Did he?
Amazing.
Okay, good. He did an IKYA Live about fire horse? Okay, good. Yes, please.
Yes, I had difficulty to choose between buffalo and a fire horse. I mean wild horse, because I love buffalo, but I choose wild horse. And during my life, I have been dreaming about wild horses, and it was always important dreams. I knew it.
Wow, beautiful.
And so can you just say more about the horse?
Oh, you could do a whole workshop on wild horse. It's amazing. Mary and I spend time with the wild horses on an island off the coast of Virginia where we live, and when we're with them, it's always just love. Love, love, love. Being among them, we love to go around the time of Mary's birthday in the spring when the foals are being born, and it's just abundant love. And oftentimes they'll let us into the herd, and so we're in the herd just among them, and there is just a bountiful abundance of love. So the wild horse essence supports us in two things: where there is a lack of love, or where we have closed our heart down because we've been hurt, which is what always happens. When we're hurt, if we don't cry, then we close our heart. And that heart chakra just goes close, 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 close. And there's another hurt. If we don't cry, close, close, close. And most people are walking around with a really closed heart chakra because they've never cried about the pain they experienced. But the beauty, another beauty of being a mammal is we feel so deeply. And Wild Horse is here to say it's safe to feel our pain. Pain is a natural part of life. And I love to say, whenever I teach, I often say this, that I do a lot of things well, but one of the things I do best is cry when I need to. It's a fundamental, natural this mammal's response to pain is to cry. And a sign of health is that you can cry when you're sad, and then you let it go. Then you can be the seal instead of blocked and closed and in resistance. So Wild Horse is here to say it's okay to feel our pain when we have it and to let it out. And it's okay to open our hearts to love. And even when we're doing well, we can open our hearts more and more and more and feel love and share love wherever we go. I mean, really, if we're here to do anything at all, I'm not sure we really are, but if we're here to do anything, it's to share love and serve with love wherever we go. And Wild Horse is really our friend with that.
Wrap it up. So,
wrap it up!
Yes, it is actually 6:30.
Great.
So
thank you, world.
I just wanted.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
thank you, world. Thank you. Love you.
all right. Thank you so much, Daniel, for joining us here at IKYA Center and for your big debut on YouTube Live. We'll keep this posted on our YouTube channel and share it with Daniel as well. And Daniel will join you guys out in the reception area and store for about a half an hour before we get started with IKYA Live. Otherwise, feel free to wander around, get some essences, use the bathroom before we get started at 7 o'clock. And again, thank you so much to Daniel Mapel from Wild Earth Animal Essences. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you all for joining us on YouTube, and have a beautiful evening. Join us in 30 minutes for IKYA Live.
Thank you
here
all.
on
I will
YouTube
be
Live.
out there if you want to chat. I'm available.